I'm now going to add the parts to the prusaslicer. Now, if I wanted to print them as 5 different colors, I could take and do that by doing this 5 times. I'm going to print them all as one color just because it's easier for me to show you that way, and no one wants to see me do this 5 times. So I'm going to go to my Puzzle Cube 2019 folder. I'm going to Shift select everything. That's clicking on the top, clicking on the bottom, click on the top while holding Shift, and then click on the bottom while still holding Shift. Now select all the parts. It's going to drop them all on the platform. Now they're all going to be sort of like smashed together. I'm going to take the Arrange button, and it's going to arrange the parts. Now, I could print them like this, but they would not come out very well. So let's rearrange these pieces to make it so that they can print with the least amount of supports or no supports if possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the one of the parts that's not happy. This one's good. This one's good. Nope. This one's good. Really, it's just these 2 pieces are bad. So I'm going to start with this guy, and I'm going to take place on face, and I'll place on this face. And this guy, if I place it on, select the face guy, place on face, and now click auto arrange again. I don't need any supports to print any of this puzzle. So that'd be excellent. It'd be a perfect puzzle to send off. That might not be the case for your puzzle. If you have a piece that has a mandatory overhang, then we're going to need to take and fix that. We're going to have to set up the supports. So I'm going to move this piece here into orientation that's not optimal, just so I can show you the support tools. So now this guy's staying there. This arm has to be supported. If I go to my preview, you can see that blue is actually straight up overhang. So it'd be dangerous for it to hold up. It probably wouldn't stay up properly. So let's try and just turning on supports from build plate. Hit yes. Let's see what it does. And prusaslicer actually generated supports very nicely for it. But let's say we didn't want it to take as much space as it does, and we want to limit how much support we're using. We can actually go and control how much support by going back to the 3D view, clicking on him, right click, go to add modifier, or add support enforcer, and I'm going to go to box, and obviously this box is way too big, so I'm going to take and scale it. I'm going to start scaling it all directions at once, and I'm going to physically move it to kind of where I want. I'm going to click on 1 so you can see where I'm going. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to shrink it down this way, and maybe like that. And then make sure I'm going to hit 3, 4, there we go. And let's take a look and go back to here. Instead of support for build plate only, I'm going to say support for enforcers only. And that's fairly small. Let's see if we can shrink it down now by shrinking my box a little bit. So I'm going to go to scale, and I'm going to shrink this box a little bit this way. And if I go back to the view here, yep, that made it a little smaller. So I can get away with less support material. Now, that's not really necessary. I just want to show you that so that you have it for future reference. So this is ready to print. They look really nice. Just a couple layers each way that are nice and curved. Of course, I could do things like changing the print settings. So maybe I want to make the bottoms and tops infill, and then instead of do that, let's do octagon spiral and octagon spiral. Now, this might be weird because it means the outside of your cube is going to look different. It looks very fancy. Maybe instead I want to go to print settings and change it from that to rectilinear. But instead of being at a 45-degree angle, I want it to be 90 degrees so that it sort of looks the same direction every way. So I'm going to go print settings, and I'm going to change the fill angle to be 0 degrees. If I go here, now, all my lines are horizontal or vertical. There's no more diagonal lines. And that's going to be a stylistic choice just to make it the way you want to be. So there are some options. There's how to handle supports. I'm going to rearrange this one piece to print the better way, just because why generate supports if I don't need it. I'm going to put this on this face. And now, if I go back to my 3D view, now there's no support there because it doesn't need to make it. And I can export this and print it. 10 or 10 minutes, I'll probably print it so I have a demo cube to show you guys. And this cube is also very small. You can see on the build plate, they're tiny pieces, but it's a cute little puzzle, so it's pocketable.